Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Guys are doing well. So having a wonderful day on this 18th April 2025. Happy Saint Friday. Why not do something that is akin to Saint Friday and do a movie review for the movie Jeepers Creeper Resurrection? So, oops, video pause. Okay. I thought the battery was low. So in itself, the movie follows the adventure of Jeepers Creepers. It's a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. A slow start, but the movie is good. What is the plot? So the plot is kind of hard to understand. So the plot itself is about the Jeepers Creepers. It's kind of like a remake or something like that. However, if you didn't see the other movie, it's not really specified. What I really like about this movie is, first of all, they're fighting it back. Second of all, they're demystifying or trying to understand who is the Jeepers Creepers, right? And I'm pro that, but I'm also against that. So the Jeepers Creeper, we know how it works. So every 23 years, so kind of like it, which is it the clown every 27 years. So that was something that they did that also. But there's a problem with demystifying something. The reason why the clown was scary is because we don't know much about him. The reason why Jeepers Creepers was scary is because we don't know much about him. Now, I'm a huge fan of Jeepers Creepers. The first one and the second one. Funny story, I lost my virginity watching Jeepers Creepers. Yeah. So I had this girl who I really like. She was kind of like, it was in grade 7. She landed at the slut of the school, but I really liked her. And she used to come every single day in summer. And it was funny because we always watched a scary movie. And you know me, I'm a wussy, right? When it comes to a scary movie, I don't want to watch them because I'm afraid. But she came in and I really liked her, so I made an effort. And then we had sex watching Jeepers Creepers. I don't remember if it was the first one or the second one, but I remember it was Jeepers Creepers. It's the one where we have Justin Lee. You know, the guy from Tusk, the guy from Indiana, one of the Canadian hero. So that's that one. So Jeepers Creepers Resurrection, the understanding, trying to understand what it is. The movie felt a bit like a slow burn because it's constantly these cliche. It's constantly the oh, there's a dude and there's this girl and they're interested by paranormal. They're interested by the scary stuff. So it's a plot that is itself, but it's a plot that you feel like you saw before. So that's a bit of a negative. Again, I'm not a pro demystifying the Jeepers Creepers, but they did a really good job. And a really good job that they did was in many ways. So for example, right, you understand how it works, but you also understand how to defeat him, which is good. You understand that he's beatable, but there's the best part about it is you know that he's beatable, but you don't know if he's beatable forever or is gonna come back at 23 years, right? Now, of course, there's gory scene. The gory scenes are really well made. The fighting scene are really well made. My issue with the movie is we got these two main casts, which is the chick and the dude, and then they had some casts, which is also good, right? But the cast does feel like Red Cap. So Red Cap is what? Red Cap is people are gonna be heading to the show to have not a better show, but a bigger show. So have to have more characters. So you're having all of those characters introduced just to kill them, and you can kind of tell pretty early on it's gonna get killed. Like for example, they're hiding in the house, right? And there's this chick who's being super fucking loud. So of course, Jeepers Creepers, you're gonna know that they're there, right? There's other guy who is he's constantly clumsy and he's not really physically strong. He gets stuck in a trap, so you know he's gonna be dead, right? So you have the two main casts. In the two main casts, first of all, the girl she gets stabbed, which sucks, but the guy doesn't get in trouble. So you have these almost horrible thing that happen to everybody else but the main cast. So you're like, okay, well, I kind of know that you're a Red Cap, right? So for example, a better word for Red Cap would be plot armor versus no plot armor. That would be the best. It would be the best solution. It would be the best. So because they got plot armor, the main character will not get hurt, but everybody else is not safe. Now, in a way, the Jeepers Creepers is the revival or reincarnation or resurrection is tough because you have almost have, and resurrection doesn't really feel like a retcon or like a remake, right? So it feels like it follows, or at least it seemed like a different plot line. So for example, in the first, second, and third one, there's kind of an understanding. In the third one, Now it's complex. It's really complex because, and the resurrection, it's like, okay, well, we know where he is, but there's no mention of the first one. There's no character from the first movie, the second movie, the third movie. The only character that stays there is Jeepers Creepers. They changed his appearance, but they also made him appear, which is really, 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 really cool. There's also a albino crow, so seeing that was really nice. The graphics there, the CGI is good, right? But then at the same time, you kind of you're stuck in a position where the main character, which is the Jeepers Creepers, say Jeepers Creepers. So for example, there's feeling of, is he in love with the girl, and she's acting like she's in love, right? There's this the ending scene where she kind of bowed down to him, and she's like, okay, well, you can eat me, right? But then what ended up happening is she's a trap, right? But you don't really understand why the Jeepers Creeper does it, because he met plenty of girls in previous movies and he never acted that way. So you're in a position where I understand why he's doing it, but why is he doing it? So it's really complex. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I understand why he's doing it, because again, I know it's a plot point. You understand why he do it because he never did before, right? So there's pattern behavior, there's return behavior, there's repeated behavior. For example, it would have been really cool if in the first movie the first victim is a certain typecast, let's say girl, kind of young, let's say chubby, right? And in the second movie, the first victim that he chooses is once again the same thing. And the third movie, what he chooses is the same thing. But since they didn't do it in the previous one, it's kind of hard to tell. The Jeepers Creepers in itself is kind of amazing, but it's just a good movie. My issue with the movie is a good movie, but I don't know if I would have enjoyed it if I wasn't a fan of the series. A and B, it is a good movie, but is it as good as the three previous one? Not really. So it's fun to have love for Jeepers Creepers coming back, but it does feel a lot more like fan service than anything else. And there you go. That's the review of Jeepers Creepers Resurrection. Love you guys. Peace.